What's going on, guys? This is Moonchild of Dude No Way, and today we are botching our own intro. Welcome to Dude No Way Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of Dude No Way, and today, Stream Deck still doesn't want to work with my Spotify plugin. What the fuck, bro? Come on, dude. Jesus Christ. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong, apparently. What's going on, everybody? It is the meta discussions here in Marvel Rivals. We're just going to be having a little talk today, having a little chat, a little chatty chat. We talked about all kinds of stuff yesterday, went through, did a Season 1.5 tier list again, because the other day when I did it, my camera was in the way, so I needed to redo it. And then we just talked for a while. We looked at Reddit. We had a little fun time checking out some stupid Reddit posts and looking at the horrible takes and opinions of the Marvel Rivals community at large. And it was as much fun as you would expect browsing Reddit would be. It was enjoyable to an extent. You know, it was super fun, kinda. You know what I mean, dude? Like, it was alright, man. I had fun. The thing about Reddit is that you're never really gonna find the, you're never gonna find the takes on Reddit that you wish were on Reddit. You know, half of them are complete idiocy, lunacy, and every now and then you find a kernel of truth in there, a nugget of truth among the floating debris of shite that is Reddit. But anyway, we had a good time. So I thought, you know what? I had so much fun talking yesterday. Maybe today I just talk a whole lot. You know, again, maybe we just get together, we just hang out, we just talk for a while. You know, and so season 1.5 is well underway. We are like a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks into season 1.5 here. I am not on my game apparently this morning. I forgot to set up the third monitor. I even got everything ready to set up the third monitor and then never did, aka the television in the corner of the room, because it's really easy to see. And it allows me to view a second platform at the same time while I'm viewing another platform. There we go. All right, so we're about a month or so into season 1.5 here, and the meta is kind of settling down. The things that are strong in the game, we've kind of figured them all out at this point. We've also figured out what's very much not strong. I'm looking at you, Johnny Storm, and just in general, I think that the game is in a pretty balanced state now compared to how it was in season 1. The thing about season 1 that I didn't really like is that, as a guy who really likes to main DPS, in Season 1, it felt like the whole time I was playing the game, I was just waiting for the moment when I could maybe have some value with my ultimate. Specifically with my ultimate, right? Because, the support ultimates charged faster than the DPS ultimates in Season 1. And because of that, smart support players are just sitting on their ult. As soon as they get their ult, they look at the scoreboard, they assess who on the enemy team has the most dangerous DPS ultimate or tank ultimate to counter, and then they wait for that moment so that they can press Q and completely counter all of the fun that you were going to have. And as great as that strategy is, because it does work, it's also really boring for everybody who is on the DPS side of that. It is not fun to constantly have your abilities destroyed and your potential value ruined by some guy pressing a single button and basically just shutting down all of the effectiveness that you could have potentially had. It takes away everything, dude. It takes away all of the fun. And I spent a lot of the season 1 patch looking for a DPS character that I liked enough to continue playing, because the DPS cast was so bad, dude. It was legitimately just so terrible. And, the only one, realistically, that you were able to get that kind of value on a consistent basis was Moon Knight. And I don't know about you guys. Excuse me. I don't know about you guys. This might be a hot take. But I kind of fucking hate Moon Knight. You know, I don't like the character. I don't like his stupid voice lines. I don't like his ridiculous playstyle. I think his ult is kind of lame. You know, I do like, my favorite part about Moon Knight's ult, this is super stupid, but my favorite part about Moon Knight's ult is when you use it, if you look up, you can see the moon. Isn't that is the, fuck the damage, forget about the effectiveness, forget that it could kill through Luna Snow's ult and it no longer can, whatever. I liked the art. Is that stupid? Is that crazy? I'm gonna go into the practice range just so I can show you. Because what else are we doing right now, you know? So, like, I didn't really like playing DPS in Season 1. And then we fast forward to the Season 1.5 patch. It was like, I don't know, a day or two in when I realized that, wait a second, I think I got my DPS ultimate. Shut the fuck up, Moon Knight. I'm trying to talk here, dude. Jesus Christ. He's so rude, bro. He has no respect for, like, whose show this actually is. Handy, what's going on, bro? You can see the moon from here. Is it me? Am I the moon? Or the actual moon? I suppose that's important, huh? So I'm gonna dive onto this, and then I just want to show you guys, like, okay, so when you press this ultimate, first of all, you can see the little circle on the floor is actually a crescent moon, right? Inside of like a swirly, right? So the swirly that you place down is actually a crescent moon, and then you hold your big Ankh dildo up in the sky for everybody to know that you're about to press your ultimate. When you see a Moon Knight walking around like this, you just know to get ready to, like, hold your movement ability and get ready to just get out of the way. So when you press this, I'm just going to press it now, and then we're going to look up, and we're all going to look at the moon together. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
The moon haunts you.
Wow, you guys. Look at it. Up in the sky. It's a moon. That's my favorite part of the Moon Knight Ultimate. I mean, like, that art
The moon haunts you.
is pretty fucking cool, dude. It's not bad. It's not bad. Overall, I think is pretty cool. I like the little Egyptian song that it plays as well. Stargazer says, ooh, that's exactly, you know, that's exactly how I feel when I pop my ultimate on a DPS character and it immediately gets countered by someone's support ult, and then I can't do anything. I just feel like an idiot. I'm just standing there and doing nothing. You know, like, especially, there are certain characters that can still get value, despite the support ultimates, because, like, they can attack outside the support ults or whatever. But, like with Moon Knight specifically, when you use it, it's this fixed area, you know, and these hands fall down until it's over, and then they just leave. In Season 1.5, if you had, or in Season 1 even, if you had a Groot with you, you could, why is this wet right here? What the fuck? How did moisture get here? And why isn't it showing footsteps or sound like it's wet? I don't think I've ever noticed that before. What is going on here? What are these lines? This doesn't make any sense. The developer just forgot or something? Like, did a really big wave crash all the way up here? It's moon moisture? It might be. Nah, bro, that's what I've got under my pits, because it's 78 degrees in here. It was like 65 when I woke up, so I turned the heater on for a little bit, and now I can't stop it. We have radiator heat, and once you boot up a radiator, it murders you for the rest of the day, basically. Until it cools off some hours later, when you have no longer, Star says, you did this to us? I did, I'm sorry. But this morning, our daughter was cold, so I went downstairs and turned the heater on for her because she decided to wear a skirt today. Granted, it's going to be 71 degrees here, so, like, it's fine skirt weather for later, but in the morning when it's 35, it's not quite as good, you know? So anyway, I'm sweating my balls off. And no, dude, it's definitely not a shadow. Busted, I am busted. I'm sorry. It's not important. Get that bitch a blanket next time. She had a blanket. She had a blanket. I just didn't want to hear it. You know, I just didn't feel like listening to it. Is that terrible? It's the truth. Like, look, you can even, okay, as I move on top of the piss puddle here in the corner, you can even see, like, your reflection in it, gently. A very poorly done reflection, you know? Look at it. It's there. It's not the best, but it's there. You know? So, how did the water get here, bro? Who came over and dumped a bucket of water over on the side of the map? And where do these leaves come from? There are no trees. I guess there are trees. But are these leaves the same color as these trees? I mean, I guess. Oh, dude, I can hear the Burnin' T'Challa music over here. It's very faint. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it since I have the sound turned down for you guys. Look, there's more leaves over here. Where did these come from? I have so many questions. This is really breaking my sense of immersion walking around seeing all this nonsense. Like, these lines specifically just make absolutely no sense at all. Like, what does the fucking floor have a wrinkly forehead? What is this, bro? Anyway. So in Season 1, there was not a lot of heroes that you can get a lot of value on, DPS heroes that you can get a lot of value on with their ultimate. When you had a Namor, every now and then you can get somebody. But most of the time, you know, you pop the whale, and Shamu just fucking goes through the sky, and everybody just walks away. The cool thing about Namor, though, right, is if you pop the whale on top of yourself, you can look like the VHS box of Free Willy. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember that shit, right? I guarantee there is at least one person in the chat right now that remembers the VHS box of Free Willy. You know, when the little kid, I don't remember his name, Will, or whatever, was standing on the jetty, and the fucking whale's just jumping over the jetty from one side to the other side. You know, an obvious CGI whale is jumping over. Remember that shit? Taking it back. Anyway, so, sometimes it's a core memory, bro. See, I knew it. I fucking knew you guys would remember. I think that, now this is crazy, right? I think that Namor's ultimate would be super crazy and cool if you could choose where it starts and where it ends. Does that make sense? With a second circle, like Doctor Strange, I'm just gonna swap to Doctor Strange real quick. Like Doctor Strange, when you use his portal, you get this first circle, right? And then you get to move this circle around. You get to choose where it goes, right? I'm just gonna put it right there for now. And then you get a second circle, right? That you get to choose where it goes, all right? So, like if I put both of them right here, right? Then you're gonna see, I can see the wall. You see my shadow on the wall? Right? Okay, you with me? I'm gonna turn off ability cooldowns real quick. Okay, so there's my portal right there. I'm gonna reposition another one. And I'm just gonna do one of these. I'll put it right there, pal. And then I'm gonna go over here. And I'm gonna do one of these, right? So imagine if you could do the same thing with Namor's whale, right? So I'm just gonna walk through this portal, and it's gonna send me out over there. Whoa. And look, there's the portal. Right, this is where I went into the portal. And then I come out to the side. Imagine, imagine if you could do the same thing with Namor, right? I can hear Michael Jackson now. That was part of the experience. Michael Jackson and Free Willy it's not just a joke about things that I can't say without getting demonetized. Anyway, it's actually part of the movie. Imagine if you could make the whale come out from the wall, right? Like, imagine if I put the whale, like, right here where my crosshair's looking. Like, this was the start, and this was the end, right? And then, bam, the whale comes out of the fucking wall and hits the ground, right? And now they have two circles to deal with. They don't know which one is the entrance circle and which one is the exit circle. That could make it really difficult to avoid Namor's ultimate, right? But no, he just appears out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, now there's a whale. I'm gonna put it over here. See, he always appears behind Namor, which I think is weird. Like, I'm just gonna quickly pan the camera. Ready, set. Where the fuck did you come from, dude? You guys remember? You remember in Cyberpunk, in Night City, where there's that one part of the city where the giant fucking holographic fish is like floating around in the sky? You know what I'm talking about? It kind of reminds you of that. You know, vaguely reminiscent of a giant fucking 2077 holographic fish. So anyway, in the Season 1 patch, you could get a few kills with the one-off ultimates. Namor's ult was particularly good at that because it disables your movement abilities. So if you are inside of the circle... Excuse me. If you are inside of the circle, whether the inner ring or the outer ring... Oh, that's disgusting. You will not be able to use your movement abilities while in it, and then... So every now and then you snag a free kill with Namor's ultimate. But a lot of the ultimates were just garbage in Season 1.5. Like, you would... anything that takes too long to actually kill you, it's just over. Like, a Storm ult, dude, forget about it. Like, Storm has one of the best ultimates. The reason why it was so good in Season 1 is that it could charge faster than the than the support ultimates did. And so when you press Feel the Wrath of the Goddess, you get the same circle, right? And then when you press it, they can see the circle on the ground, so they just press their ultimate while you're charging up. And then, congratulations, your Storm ult is shorter than your actual DPS ult. Or, excuse me, your support ult is longer than your actual Storm ult, and because of that, you just get no value. But the good thing about Storm was that she could generate her ult faster than the actual support ults could. That is much, much closer now. So Storm's ultimate is basically like a 1-for-1 in terms of charge time with the enemy support ults. And because it deals damage over time and not a massive amount of burst damage, right? You would run into these situations where the support ult just gets healed through, or the DPS ult of Storm just gets healed through, and sometimes they didn't even need an ultimate to do it. Like, for example, if you have two supports, and one of them is a Cloak and Dagger, and Storm's about to ult you, you just come over, the two supports get together, Cloak and Dagger throws her glitter on the floor, right, and then you just fucking heal the person right next to you with Cloak and Dagger's heal. They heal you, and then so you're healing them. The AoE splash is also healing you. The healing over time field on the floor is also healing you. Plus your second support is healing you, and then Storm just gets no value, right? So she would have to prioritize using it on other DPS, which means that the two healers would be stuck healing themselves, but it would waste a lot of her ultimate time, and that's not great either. So you ran into these situations where where Storm was really good every, like, second ultimate, or, like, every third ultimate, when there wasn't a support ult up to counter her and remove her ability to get value.
They've spotted us.
Bless you. And now that the things are a lot closer together, it's not quite the case. So let's rock the team up with Storm and Johnny. I'm gonna try it out here. Go ahead, Johnny. Hit that ultimate, baby.
Like a star.
You gonna throw a tornado? Thank you. I actually didn't have my Storm ult ready for this moment. I'm coming over. Come on. Storm slow ass, bro. Jesus Christ, it takes so long. This is a speed buff. This is like a large speed buff as well, which is crazy to think about. So now you've got Storm. She can do the fire tornado thing. The team up here with Johnny Storm. It looks very cool. Does not actually deal that much damage. It looks like it deals a lot of damage because these are bots, but it actually doesn't. And now you're committing two DPS ultimates to what is effectively just the same ult that she could have had already. Bang, you scroll, you send yourself through the fire tornado. The art is really cool, I'll say that. You know, the art is very, very sick looking. But it's not that damaging, not that powerful. And then in addition to that, in the season 1.5, shut up, Johnny. Just excuse me, just clear. Stop saying you're bright like a star. That is my least favorite voice line in the entire game. I'm bright like a star from Johnny Storm is tied with the Invisible Woman for my least favorite voice line in the entire game. Sue Storm every now and then will go, "What am I, invisible?" And my response to that is, you're thinking of insufferable. Like, shut the fuck up. That is not even, like, I'm a father, that's not even funny to me. That was the worst joke ever. But now that we're in season 1.5, and the support ults have gotten their charge time nerfed, a lot of times you will get ult faster than the actual support characters will get their ult. Which is great, because now you're seeing DPS players get a little bit more value out of them pressing Q, which feels really good. Specifically, Squirrel Girl can get her ult ridiculously fast now compared to the support ultimates, where she's getting, like, basically 2 ults for every 1 support ult that gets charged up. And if you guys know me, you know how much I dislike the Squirrel Stampede and its ridiculous burst damage and its insane homing capabilities. Like, look at the way it just turned on a 90-degree angle to go chase these guys. Like, so basically, the Squirrel Stampede needs to bounce 1 time, and then it will gain homing and start chasing things. So let me just show you real quick, right? So you get this arrow, right? And the arrow, you point it in the direction of where you want it to start, and then you can literally watch them as their bloodthirst grows. Ready? And here they go. Look at it go, dude. Look at it. It's chasing them. Straight up, it's just chasing them. And anyway, so Squirrel Girl, since she gets like 2 ultimates for every 1 ultimate that the supports get now, she is like way better than she used to be. Oh my god, you guys, I forgot. Because I'm in the practice range and there's no ability cooldowns on, look at how fun Squirrel Girl is when you can just spam her boing. I don't know what it's actually called. Her tail jump. You can just stay aloft forever. And it is as fun as it looks. Like, I don't even need to play the game as Squirrel Girl. This is more fun because I can just keep boinging through the sky forever. This is like if Squirrel Girl and Iron Man, you know, married their kits. And she just gets full flight. In addition to that, if you just spam it, it looks really ridiculous. Especially when you hit the skybox. Anyway, so that was that. Yeah, so, in Season 1.5, now the Luna Snow ultimate is like the longest charging ultimate in the entire game by a long shot. It takes for goddamn ever to charge this ult, dude. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna go up here, I'm gonna use it along the way. Because it takes 12 seconds to be over. And then I'm gonna heal things and talk until we get the next ultimate, and I just want you guys to feel the difference compared to some of the other ultimates and how quickly you can get them. Right, so I'm healing with Luna. I'm healing. I'm still only at like 12%. And this is without ever having to reload as well. This shit takes forever now. I walked over the pill. God damn it. You know what? Forget it. We're just keeping everything alive. We're doing a little dance. We're keeping everything alive. Forget about it. So anyway, like, Luna Snow's ult is still like the best ult in the entire game, but now it takes like a full pay period. You know, it's like a 2-week pay period before you get actual value out of her Q. You can't actually use it nearly as fast as you could before. And because of that, you'd think she would have fallen in the meta, right? But no, not Luna Snow. She never gets worse. She's just like, even with a slower charging ultimate, she's just like still the best support character in the entire game. So you can just sit here for a long time using her badass as fuck neutral game, and eventually you will charge an ult. But again, like, my god, it just takes forever. So, this is not necessarily a bad thing, because her ult is so oppressive to everyone around her that, basically nothing can die. As long as they stand within her heal, nothing can really die. Again, this is with infinite ammo. So it's taking so long. But, because of that, now, Loki is even better than he was before. Because Loki can just copy the Luna Snow ultimate, but he gets his ult way faster. As you can see the difference in the Loki charge time, I'm already up at 25% here, closing the gap very quickly. It's not even a question. And while some might argue that Loki's kit is not as good for a straight-up support character as Luna Snow's kit, and I would say you're probably right about that, the fact that he gets ultimate a significant amount faster means that he can get more Luna Snow ultimates than actual Luna Snow. And I just think that's funny as hell, dude. Like, the meta has shifted in such a way that Loki has become a better Luna Snow than Luna Snow. And, like, who could have predicted that? But he's also, like, my favorite support character to play, so I don't necessarily want to gas him up too much and have him get nerfed. So we're just gonna pretend like he doesn't do that, right? There we go. So, and then I just take Luna Snow's ult and I just come over here and chill out, you know, for a while. This is my time with Loki, where I put my hands behind my head and watch as the game plays itself for me. And then you still got time left in the ultimate before you come out and become Loki again. The shift in the meta has been really nice. The lack of support ultimates every single, like, fight is a lot better, especially against triple support. Like, if you, prior to Season 1.5, in Season 1, if you were running, like a Loki, Cloak and Dagger, and Sue Storm, or a Loki, Cloak and Dagger, Luna Snow. Like, it was so annoying. Every single time anyone had an ultimate, there was just a support ult thrown up just to combat you. And that shit sucked, bro.
Please, can we discover
That was as little fun as it sounds. Now, the cool thing about this new meta is that now characters like Spider-Man can actually get a ton of value when they go in, they swing down, you know, they press that ultimate. Even though it doesn't charge that fast, it doesn't kill that fast, I mean, you can still get a ton of value out of it. Because it is very unlikely that by the time you have one, that they will have one to combat you. And so that feels nice.
Wow, 4 in a row.
Good things come in 3.
One thing that I like about Spider-Man's kit is I like that he can swing around forever, basically. The swing recharges pretty fast, so you're able to get a lot of value out of it. Hello. Sorry, there's a very distracting thing walking through my living room. First name Fun, last name Bags, I don't know. Star's getting a kick out of this.
Spider slip. Woohoo! No webs needed.
So, Wanda has also gotten pretty decent in this patch, where she is still kind of just as bad as she was before. And you can, like, damage with her from, like, 20 meters away, but it takes, like, for goddamn ever to get a kill. Like, no one's gonna just stand there and let you kill them like this. However, it does become really annoying when she's chasing you. And you, like, it feels like you can't get away from it. Because, again, like, look how far away I am. I can still damage this Luna Snow from here. You know? And that's not... it's slow, but it's not that powerful. But then you throw in a couple of right clicks. And, like, it's not like she got a buff on her damage or anything. But now that the supports are less powerful, you can see a little bit more work out of Wanda. So you chuck a little right click in their direction, and then you hit them with the primary fire, and they get bursted down pretty quickly. I'm trying to charge up an ultimate. It's just taking forever so that I can make my point here. I'm just gonna go stand on the pill. The cool thing about it's not a pill here. It's a pill in Overwatch. It's like a particle effect here in Marvel Rivals. The cool thing about Wanda's ultimate, where it used to just insta-kill you, like, you would press it, and everybody would look at you, and then you would just die, right? And that sucked. It never felt good to use Wanda's ultimate. She's still one of the worst characters in the game, but now she gets 100 bonus health when she uses her ult, and because of that, she can actually kind of get a little bit of value with it. You see, my health went up to 350 here, and it's got a decently wide diameter when you do pop the ultimate, so that's pretty good. So, like, you can pop it, like, here, right? And it'll still get a lot of these characters. Who is the second one that I got? It must have been the one above me. But, like, every now and then you see Wanda get a kill now, instead of never seeing Wanda get a kill. Like, Wanda getting a kill with her ult in the Season 1 patch was as rare as a Bigfoot sighting, bro. Like, you never saw it, dude. It just didn't happen. No one let her live long enough to actually be powerful. You know, and that feels bad when you play Wanda. You know, she's not a bad character overall. She's just kind of a noob trap, you know? She's made for the people that are not good at aiming. They're not going to practice getting good at aiming. And because of that, they just want, like, an easy value type of character. And she does that. She fulfills that pretty decently. That being said, you know, dying in her ultimate every single time meant that her less than favorable neutral game felt even worse, because, like, if the neutral game's not good and the ultimate's not good, why would you ever play this character, you know? But it is nice to see some pure chaos. It's such a cool looking and sounding ultimate too, but it just never did anything. And now it kind of does. Now, you know, with the patch, it does do a little bit of something, and that's kind of nice. Star-Lord got a 50% increase to his jet boots, and, like, now he could just fly for so long, dude. In here, does your jet boots still deplete in charge as you fly in the practice range, even with, like, no ability cooldowns on. So, like, Star-Lord got a 50% increase to his jetpack, jet boots, whatever. And now it feels like he just flies for way too long. Like, I'm just gonna uninterrupted fly from the spawn room to the other side of the map real quick as this hits full. And I just want you to experience how long Star-Lord can just be fast flying. Like, bro, come on. Like, why is this as good as Iron Man, who has a full suit dedicated to flying? Or like Human Torch, who half of his kit is the ability to fly, you know? That seems a little over the top. Speaking of Iron Man, he also got a bit of a buff, where the beam damage is actually better now than it was on its own. The Gamma Team Up got nerfed, so the Gamma Team Up is not quite as good as it was in the Season 1.5 patch. However, the beam on its own is almost as strong as the Gamma Team Up was, and because of that, it almost doesn't feel necessary to have a Hulk anymore at all. And that's kind of cool. You see, when I go into the Armor Overdrive mode, we're hitting 190 damage per second, and that's pretty intense, dude. That's a lot of damage. You still can't play Iron Man into any comp that has a Hela, or a Hitscan, or an Iron Fist, or really any character. There's really no place for you to play Iron Man at all in the game right now. But that being said, like, he is better now than he's ever been, and I think that's kind of cool, like, I guess, right? That's something. The thing about Black Widow in this patch, she still can't one-shot, right? She still can't one-shot at all, and that kind of sucks. However, her ultimate got balanced, and now she can damage things with her ultimate, and they will become vulnerable. And I'm going to show you that. Let me see. She can sprint. Let me just sprint over here. I'm going to sprint right here. You guys are going to see, this is the ultimate. When you press the ultimate button, for whatever reason, it zooms into a farther, like, first-person mode. I'm not really sure why that happens. Also, like, what's going on with her hand, bro? Like, why does her glove have talents? You know, she is wearing gloves, as you can see. She's very clearly wearing gloves. She melees with a baton. Hang on, that's her butt stroke. Hang on. How do I get the actual melee out? Why won't she melee now? Am I stupid? R. No, R is kick. Where is her baton? Oh, there it is. No? Oh, I gotta press 1. That's right. I forgot. It's been so long since I played this character. You have to switch weapons on this character. But anyway, she's got batons that she hits people with. So why does she need claws on her glove? It's not like she's using them. Like, it's like, okay, like, for example. It's one thing when T'Challa has claws on his gloves, right? Like, that makes sense. Because he's actually over here cutting things up with his fingers. Why does Black Widow get claws on her gloves? Fucking spiders don't even have fingers. So how does that make sense? So anyway, so you get her ultimate, right? You go into this first-person view. You shoot it on the ground, and you see they're, like, lit up now, right? They're lit up, and that is the vulnerable effect taking place. And they are lit up for 4 seconds, and during that time, you can one-hit them in the head. Now, they're already damaged from the ultimate itself, so that is maybe not the best example. I'm going to try and fire it right here as the bot goes through. It still got damaged. Fuck. Alright, well, let's try it here. Let's watch as the bot goes through. He does not get vulnerable from the actual, like, walking through the plasma on the ground. So they have to be hit with the initial blast of the explosion, and then they'll be made vulnerable. And again, I wish I could do this where it didn't damage them so much. Let me just see here. I'm gonna change this hero to Wolverine. See if I can make it work here. Because Wolverine has more health. He's got, what is that, like 350 health? So as I press the ult on the floor, you'll see Wolverine is lit up. It takes a lot of his health away. And then you see it would have killed him if not for his passive. Still, does he always have his passive up? No, okay, good. Let me run over and grab this pill again. Grab this ultimate charge thing again. Bang, and now you can basically hip fire him in the head. I missed the head because of the angle. But you can hip fire him in the head while the ultimate is on the ground.
I spy some bad guys.
Somehow still that didn't give me a headshot. And it will one-hit him, basically. If he gets hit with the blast from the plasma burst, you can hip fire him in the head while he's vulnerable, and it will one-hit him. Which is really nice, because it feels almost like a shotgun, you know? Where it normally deals... I believe it deals less damage if you're not scoped in. Yeah, it definitely does. And then you compare that to the damage of her being scoped in, and it's like most of his hit points, you know? I can't believe I missed that. Bang. It's like most of the bot's hit points. They don't allow it to one-shot, except with damage buffs. And that's probably a good thing because she is a sniper. She would be too oppressive in the meta, if not for that. But she also got a buff to her ammo reserves, which you can't tell because I'm in infinite ammo right now. But if you look down at the bottom left,
Four in a row.
next to my portrait, you're going to see that she has 15 rounds now, where she used to only have 8 rounds. And that is a significant buff to her ammo economy. I just don't think she really needed it. Like, the time in between shots for Widow is still pretty high. Even if she hip fires, there's still like this reload time where she has to like, I don't know how you want to say it, like cock the gun, I guess, and then she could fire again. So there's still like this moment where she can't fire in between. Did she really need 7 more shots? That's like an 80% increase to her total
That's 3.
magazine size. Was it necessary? I don't know, bro. But again,
Wow, 4 in a
you hit them
row.
with the burst, they become vulnerable, and then now you can instant kill them with a headshot, which is really nice. I like that Widow has a way to give herself the one shot without having to rely on someone's external damage buff, like a Storm or a Mantis or a Rocket or a Luna, whatever. There were a bunch of different ways you could make it happen, but nobody was playing this character anyway. So if you look now, I shot him once in the body and once in the head, both hip fire, and you see he's got like 0 HP. Which, like, this Wolverine is at, like, legitimately 1 hit point at this point. If I just hit him one time, you know, if I smack him with the stick one time, he's dead. And, in addition to that, she also has the cool combo where if you double kick somebody, you can follow up with a hip fire headshot, and it basically kills 250 HP targets. Let me swap this back. We'll give it to Adam Warlock.
I
Who-
tend to lost
that's
souls,
not exactly
but
what I
shepherd
wanted to happen.
tends to his flock.
Adam Warlock. Let's go ahead back over to Black Widow. So she got this kick move, right, where you can double kick them and then follow up with...
Well,
Hang on, let me just kill him.
the Widow's bite is lethal.
God damn it, Adam Warlock. I hate you so much. Let's make it Moon Knight. We'll make it Moon Knight instead. So you can hit him with the kick, you pull him in, right, and then you can tap him in the head with the hip fire, and they will die, which is really nice because it gives her a combo that lets her one-shot. She can one-shot in her neutral game. See? And then she just hip fires him one time in the head. A little bit difficult when they're behind you, I would say. So let's do it from the front here. We got bang, and then you pull him back in. It didn't actually get him with the second shot there. Whatever, dude. It's nice that Widowmaker, bro. My Overwatch brain is keyed in. It's nice that Black Widow has the ability to finally one-hit people on her own. The sniper kit is never good if you can't one-hit people. The only reason snipers are good is because they can one-hit, and that is important to remember. With Hela, she got her damage buffed so that she can now 2-tap from anywhere on the map. So you see I've got this bot over on the other side of the world here. 1, 2. Just instant dead.
Double kill.
Instant dead. So quickly. And again, it works from any distance, so I'm gonna go all the way up here. I'm gonna get as far away from this bot as I possibly can.
For combat.
How far away can I get before I can barely see the bot? There he is, right down there in the corner. 1, 2.
Endless
Like,
battle means ever
does it get any easier with Hela? I honestly don't know. 1. I missed. I hit a body shot. But you get the idea, right? Hela, crazy strong now because she doesn't have to worry about having to add that third shot in there. She just insta-gibs anybody with 250 HP. 2 shots from 1,000,000 meters away. So the more cracked you are with your aim, the easier you can get kills with Hela. Again, 1, 2, Moon Knight gone. And now Hela was already an S tier DPS before that, and now she's just even better. I don't know, man. I think Hela is arguably maybe the best DPS in the entire game. Her ultimate is even really good. Like, her ult, when you use it, you become like God mode Hela, right? And now you're like floating up in the sky, you're in first person mode. You throw these like flaming skulls down onto people. This can get countered by the support ultimates, but it like 2-taps. It 2-taps as well, so like even for the... And you don't have to hit a headshot in the ultimate. So again, I'm just gonna use it right here. Bang. You go up in the sky, right? You've got 1,000 hit points now, and it just 2-taps everything. Got a pretty big AoE, and then it still deals the crows that come up when something dies and they explode. And the ultimate is really good. She's got a stun. Very short stun, but it can stop people from using their ultimate, which is really nice. Like anybody who is charging up their ultimate about to use it, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, etc., etc. You just hit them with a little boink, and then it cancels their ult and puts them back at 50% ult charge. Basically ruins their ability to get value, which is really nice. She still has the get out of jail free card in the I turn into a crow and fuck off into the sky. That's really good. And then she's got the right click, which summons the 4 daggers. You stab it into people. It deals impact damage, and then those explode. Really good against tanks, but equally good against people from far away. Because if you hit them one time in the head, and all 4 of the daggers connect... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 headshot. They just instantly fall over, which is really nice. Hela is super lethal now. You just have to be able to hit the shots. And if you can't hit the shots, well then congratulations. You have bad aim. Myself included, because there are days when I just can't hit anything on Hela either. Which you would think it'd be super easy, but it's actually... It's not as easy as it seems like it would be. So, this little crow that pops up when you kill things and explodes for AoE damage can also help you not only to secure kills, but to help your team and get you some assists, some free assist damage, which is really nice. I think that Hela in this patch is going to be the one DPS character that if you're a DPS main and you haven't played Hela, you don't know how to play Hela, like, this is your time, bro. This is your time to shine. Go play Hela and destroy everything while you have the chance. I don't know if she'll stay like this forever, but I kind of hope she does. Moving on to the tanks. Captain America can now run with his shield up. Imagine being able to hold up your own arm while running. What a fucking novel idea, dude. He can also hold it up while jumping. Isn't that crazy? That's insane. Another thing that he couldn't do prior to this patch is you couldn't choose whether to melee or throw the shield. So now when the shield is out, you can melee, and you can choose to press your melee button, which allows you to break through Doctor Strange shields, which is really nice. After Captain America gets 2 melee hits, he can then throw the shield. It's like a 20-meter throw. He's got 4 seconds to use 4 shield throws. 2, right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And Captain America is really strong in this patch as dive has become the prevalent meta, which is really nice for him because I thought the tank, like him, just in general, was a pretty good tank already. His shield is a little bit smaller than Doctor Strange's, although it does ricochet things backwards randomly, though. So, you know, you might kill something with it, but probably not. But every now and then you will get a kill with it, which is kind of cool. But now he's even harder to kill when he doesn't want to die. And that's really good. And I think that Captain America and Venom are the 2 tanks in this meta right now that you should be checking out. You should be figuring out how to learn. And the kit for him is just insane. He's got super high mobility because he can like dive in on people. This deals damage. Then he can get in there, start punching them and stuff like that, right? Start throwing the shield around, which is really nice. But then in addition to that, he also has the shield throw. Excuse me, the shield throw, right? Which does the same thing, ricochets between a few targets that are close together. Let me use it here so you can see it ricochet. Right, and that's kind of nice, you know, and then he's got the dash, which gives him the ability to get out quickly. You want to use that for getting out, not for getting in, because the dash is your only quick movement ability, aside from the dive, right? And being able to do that is really good, because now you can get in really fast. He sprints forever. He has no end to his sprint bar, which is really cool. And then you dive in, you know, you start punching people in the face, right? Do a little bit of that. You weave in a little bit of shield throw action. And then when it's time to go, you start sprinting, you jump in the sky, you press the F key, and then yeah, that sends you forward, and then you hold your shield up behind you as you continue to disengage back to your team. You get healed up, and then you go, you repeat the process, do it all over again, dude. As far as dive tanks go, Captain America does a lot. The only thing he doesn't have is one-shot potential. But you can see in his ultimate, he goes up to... he starts generating a bunch of bonus health, right? And then he goes up to 925 hit points, which is like more hit points than Groot has at base. And because of that, he also, like, he becomes really hard to kill, but the after image that he leaves behind also generates all of that bonus health for your team. You can see he leaves behind like a star-spangled redneck's flag on the back of his truck. You know what I mean? And because of that, your teammates can run through that and get all of that bonus health for them as well. So when you hear Captain America yell assemble or whatever it is, together to victory when he's on your team, right? You definitely want to follow him because it's basically like a free ultimate, like a free support ultimate, just keeping you alive for basically forever. You see, I'm gonna stand in front of this bot that shoots you real quick. I'm gonna let all my bonus health go away, so he goes back down to 675 health. And then I'm gonna stand in front of this bot and press ult, and you're gonna watch how his health, it just keeps going up. Like, he gets hit for 25 damage, it immediately heals for 25 damage. Do you know how badly Wolverine wishes he had an ultimate like this? Like, imagine if Wolverine could heal instantly like that, you know? For a large amount of hit points instead of his, like, his damage ultimate is pretty good. But that being said, like, he is missing out on his healing factor. And, like, I'm just gonna swap over to Wolverine real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. And, like, he does have the ability to save himself from dying once every, like, 2 minutes. So you see, I'm just gonna let this guy shoot me for a while. And when I get down to 0 health, he will go, like, his health bar will get replaced with bonus health. And this is his, like, pseudo healing factor. You see, he's got, like, 214 bonus health there. And then after a few seconds, whatever amount of bonus health you have remaining gets turned into regular hit points. But then it goes on cooldown for a super long time. I'm going to turn off the no ability cooldowns thing so that you guys can see how long of a cooldown this actually is. And it's like... Bang, here we go. So I'm at 192 hit points. It's an 86-second cooldown. 87? I'm not sure. It's like a super long cooldown. A minute and a half, basically, before you can do that again. Doesn't Wolverine have, like, the best healing factor in the entire, like, fandom? Like, isn't he, like, the healingest motherfucker you've ever seen? Isn't that, like, a whole part of his kit? Why does Captain America get all that bonus health, but Wolverine doesn't? Like, he's the one who's supposed to be healing. Granted, the Wolverine ult is pretty good, so I don't know that a lot of DPS characters would really want to give up their strong DPS ultimate to be able to live longer. But, you know, like, a fun tip here, you can't do any damage when you're dead. So maybe it might be better if they did give Wolverine a better healing, you know, a better healing buff. I'm gonna try and stay at 100 rage while I use the ultimate here. And, like, it does deal a lot of damage at 100 rage. But is it so much that I would trade that for healing? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, I think his neutral game and his grab are pretty strong as it is. So I don't know necessarily that I would want to change that out. I think that I would rather have the healing so I could stay alive longer. It'd be cool if you could choose. I think what it really comes down to is I want the choice to be a healthier Wolverine, you know? I want to make better choices. I want to put more greens in my diet as Wolverine. I want to be able to live longer. And the fact that Captain America does that is crazy to me. Venom is also super meta right now. I'm going to turn off the old ability cooldown so that I can swing around as Venom for a while. Venom has the dive. He can get in. He can get out to a lot of places. And because of that, it's like really easy for Venom to be able to exist in this meta kind of freely. He has a massive hit point pool, starts at 800, and then gains bonus hit points based on how much he is damaged. And the dive strike, I'm gonna dive down on the enemies here, has been changed so that it now pulls enemies into the center, which means that when he uses his right click, which is this, bang, and it puts a little umbilical cord on everybody. That means that more people will get damaged by that, and that is a good thing overall for his neutral game, right? So you dive in, you see they got pulled into Venom now, and the umbilical cord is on them. It deals damage after a certain amount of time, and then his primary fire can be a little bit difficult to actually pull off, but when it works really well, and it's got some pretty crazy range, you know? I'm like 10 meters away from this guy, and the 19 inches of Venom are still getting him even from over here, which is insane. You know, he's getting him with the Venom. How do I say this without being too nasty? His 4 Venom symbiote wieners are going crazy even from 10 meters out. So this is like 15 meters here. You can see I can't hit him, but as I scoot a little bit forward, It's like 15 total meters that you can get. His wiggly hot dogs. Oh my god, Hanny, that is so goddamn funny. His wiggly hot dogs, or as the children say, his jiggle glizzies. You know, they do some pretty decent range, even when you're not hitting in the head. The damage is still pretty good. You see, I'm basically like 3 hitting targets with the primary fire with no headshots, and then if you weave in like 1 headshot, it's super easy to get the kill very quickly. And then when you combine his right click with his ultimate, you can get a fat one-shot on them. And I'm going to show you that real quick. Let me go over here. I'm going to do one of these. We're going to dive in, right click. That puts the umbilical cords on everything. Bang. And then, so, if you time it correctly with the explosion of the right click, because it takes like, I want to say it's a 2-second duration. Let's just find out here. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 seconds. After you press the right click, that Venom will deal the damage to anybody who is still close by. And so, when you combine that with his ultimate's Shark Bite Chomp, you know, the little Shark Bite ooh-ha-ha that you got with Venom's ult, you can one-hit even like 250, 275 HP characters. I'm just going to show you real quick. I'll do it to Luna Snow here. Wait, that's not how that was supposed to go. I'm going to be Venom. This... Can I please spawn a Luna Snow? Okay, Luna is 275 HP. I'm gonna go get my ultimate. Bang. And then, so, you're gonna see she's gonna have a sliver of life left when I actually finish off the combo. So I press it. 1, 2, 3. And that is with all of the right click and the ultimate going off at the same time. Now I'm gonna kill her real quick. And then now I'm going to get the ultimate again. I'm gonna do the dive down onto her and just show you how it looks with the dive. This is the insta combo because the dive damage is enough to give you the full kill on her and other 275 HP targets as well. Dive, right click, 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, she still has a shrimp dick worth of health left. Did I not time it correctly? I feel like I did. So maybe you do need the primary fire follow-up. How much damage is his dive? I thought that was enough. Let's find out. I'm going over to the hero screen. But anyway, the patch has buffed him in such a way that he is more viable now than he's ever been. And with dive being meta, Venom is like legitimately one of the best tanks that you could play right now. He's really strong. He's really good. It's 65 damage with the damage fall off starting at 2 meters and decreasing to 40% damage. What's 40% of 65? Not that much, dude. Not that much. Let's see. 6.5 times 4. We're looking at 26 damage if they are outside of the 2 meters. But you see, we're right on top of this Luna. Bang. Right click. 2, 3. Bang. And she's got like no HP left. Right? So, if she were a 250 HP target, like a, let's go and give it to Squirrel Girl. I'm pretty sure Squirrel Girl is 250. Let's find out. 275. Bitch. Alright. Punisher? Why can't I choose the Punisher, bro? What's going on? Bro, it does not want me to choose the Punisher. There we go. Punisher is also 275. Black Panther is 300, so that's not gonna work. Let's see here. Magic is 250. Okay, perfect. We'll make it a Magic. And then I'll become Venom again. We'll dive onto this 250 HP unsuspecting bot. And then I'll do the damage. Let's see it work. Right, let's go. So you jump up. Dive. Right click. 2, 3. And that's the end of her. Now, without the primary fire, without the dive damage, it does not actually one-hit her. 1, 2, 3. See, she's still got a little bit of health left, but a single primary fire will end up killing her after that. But that gives her time to get healed, you know what I mean? So you want it to be perfectly executed, if possible. Which means that you gotta use the dive. Bang for that 65 damage. And then she just instantly gets deleted. Basically, every DPS and tank hero has a little combo like this that you can do to very quickly eliminate targets. You just have to know what they are and how to get the value out of them. Venom is super strong right now. I'm gonna go take all of the damage that I can possibly take and then press E, and we're gonna see how much health Venom gets back. Excuse me, could you die? Excuse me, sir. Sir? Sir. There we go. Okay. Alright, shoot me in the face. It's not really in my face, but you're doing your best. I'm not sure if these bots can crit. I don't think they can. I think it's just a flat, static 25 damage each time. I think. I could be wrong. Alright, let's get those wiggly hot dogs down in health, Venom. Alright. We are 100 health. Alright, I've got 25 HP. When you press his E, he gains 1,025 hit points. And that gives him time to either get away or snag a heal. It does not actually heal him up, though. So, like, unlike Wolverine, whose bonus health turns into regular health after a few seconds, Venom's bonus health turns into you needing a heal immediately or else. And so that's important to remember. Still really good, though.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
I love his swing as well. You only get one swing on Venom as opposed to Spider-Man, who gets 3. But it works effectively the same. And you can swing all the way around the map with this goddamn thing if you know how to use it correctly. It's sad that you can't use the F from all the way up here, dude. It is cool, though. With the rest of the tank cast, the Thing is maybe the best designed kit up to this point. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He does a lot of work, Venom does. Especially in this current meta. He's just really good. The Thing, if you know about his lore, is a boxer. And also, I believe he was like their bodyguard, right, in the Fantastic Four? Unless I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what he was, like their bodyguard and their driver, or whatever. And then, you know, he went with them and caught the powers. Thing has, like, a really powerful right click. His left click is like a 1-2 punch combo. But it's when you combine that with the right click damage that you start to really see its potential. He deals a lot of melee damage. But then, on top of that, he also has this little shield where he can dive onto somebody from far away, and you see the little earth shield floating around him, like in like a shaman in WoW. And then that gives everybody a 30% damage reduction for him and the target that he dove to. And it works from pretty far away. You can see I'm like this far out, bang, I give him the damage reduction. Now that bot's taking longer to die, and that feels good. His right click also has no cooldown, which is really nice. So you get this big damage, and you can like follow it up on people. You follow it up with a right click and then 2-punch left click, and then another right click, and the 250 HP targets just die if they didn't get healed. 1, 1, 2, and 3, and he's just dead. With his charge, you get like a lot of bonus health inside of his charge, and the bonus health sticks around for a few seconds afterwards. It's like 250 or 200 HP worth of bonus health, and you become immune to all crowd controlled for the duration. So, for a full 5 seconds, you can't be stunned, you can't be like, if you use this against Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto, it just won't hurt you. It won't, it'll damage you even, but it won't stun you. If you use this against another Thing using his ultimate, it won't stun you. Luna Snow can't stop you. The Mantis Spore Slumber can't stop you. And then, in general, in addition to that, even, he is immune to crowd control effects that force you to move your position. Which means that not only does he, like, feel like a tank with his kit, he also feels like he's made of stone because he can't be moved. So, like, Wolverine can't pick him up. And I'll show that off here in 1 second. Let me just run back over to the old training bot here. I'll swap myself back over to Wolverine. Right, and let's pick the biggest tank in the game. Let's do a Hulk, right? Let's do a Hulk.
I'm not Hulk. He's part of
No, you're not Hulk. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button again. Please let me spawn a hero here. So you got this, you got Hulk, right? And Wolverine sees the Hulk, and he doesn't give a shit about the Hulk, bro. He just picks him up and takes him off into Narnia, and what's the Hulk gonna do about it, bro? Nothing. That's what the Hulk's gonna do. Just picks him up and carries him off somewhere. Right, so like, and then again, I'm gonna use it from this direction so that you can see. Like, you can even use it up into the sky a little bit. You just take him away. And you just carve him into pieces, right? Then you come back over here. We're gonna spawn the Thing in. That's Groot. We're gonna spawn the Thing in. The Thing does not give a fuck about Wolverine's charge. Knocks him down, but does he move? Not even an inch, bro. And like, that makes him feel like he's actually legitimately made of stone, which is cool. Like, you would think that the Hulk would be the immovable object, you know? But that's not the case. The Thing can't be moved at all, and this is like the one character that counters tanks super hard. So like, this is his way to counter them to begin with. The Thing just doesn't give a shit, and I love that. The kit overall feels very strong. The charge is a little bit difficult to steer. It kind of like, almost like you're on ice when you're using it. Like, I'm just barely pressing the turn button, and it's turning so much. And, you know, that is, like, to show the momentum. You also knock things in the sky as you charge through them, which is really cool. And then when you finish the charge, you make this little earth thing on the ground. And similarly to Namor's ultimate, people can't use their movement abilities when they get hit by that. So if you end your charge on somebody, bang, they can't get away from you for a couple of seconds afterwards. They have to walk out of it manually. And that's really good. It also deals a small amount of damage, bang, right? Which you can then use to follow up with your left click, right click combo. But then you've got, like, so the Yancey Street Charge, that's what it's called, is really good. It gives you the full immunity to crowd control, gives you 200 bonus health, lets you move fast, so it's good for getting in or getting out. If you need to get out, like say you're fighting a team, and your team is over here, you're fighting them, you know, you're in here, you're mixing it up with them, whatever. And then you start getting low in health, right? Instead of being like, oh shit, what do? You just fucking charge. Anybody that's in your way gets knocked up into the sky, they're out of your way now, and you just dip, right? And that's really good. But then you've got his ultimate, where he like punches the floor, and it creates this long shockwave line of stun. Check it out. And that feels great. Like a super strong stun, a good amount of damage. Again, I'm just gonna kill this guy so that we use the stun while these two bots are both at full health here. And you can see, I just tried to turn around gently, and it completely turned me all the way around. But, so from 15 meters out, it still hits them, I'm pretty sure. It does, and it deals like 40% of their health worth of damage with just the hit from the stun, which is really nice. The only thing is the charge up time means that if you're fast, like when I'm playing Psylocke, I don't get hit by the Thing because I hear him go, "It's," and I'm already gone. By the time he says "it's," I'm already over there, dude. Like, if I'm this bot, and he says it's clobbering time, by the time clobber comes out of his mouth, I'm already in the spawn somewhere, you know, or back with my team over there. He never, ever gets me as Psylocke, but for the less movement able characters, he is a menace. And his stun is, like, basically just as good as Doctor Strange's stun. Doctor Strange has a point-blank AoE stun that happens around him when he uses his ultimate. And the Thing's stun is like a cone, where it gets wider the farther out it goes. And it does not hit at this 20-meter mark, so you gotta be inside of the little 20 meters here. I'm just gonna push forward just a little bit. We're at like 18 meters right here. You can see, you gotta hit it right, but man, does it do work. Clobber in time ultimate, very good. And then again, like, you've got his damage reduction that he gets for jumping to a teammate. You've got his bonus health, his immunity from movement abilities, his immunity to crowd control while charging. Like, what doesn't the Hulk do? Yeah, the Hulk. What doesn't the Thing do, bro? Like, the Hulk is salivating looking at the Thing be unable to be controlled, unable to be moved, just a menace. And then you swap over to Hulk, right? And then Hulk doesn't have any of that, which kind of feels bad. His damage is not as high. Super Hulk damage is pretty high, but like the Hulk's damage is not as high. He can be kidnapped. The Hulk can jump though. And his movement is tied to his jump, basically. His super jump is really good. He can get to a lot of places using it. It's got no cooldown. You know, he can hit those high ground places, so that the Hulk can always be up in your face. But it's also really loud, bro. So you always know when a Hulk is jumping. But he's got no way to generate bonus health. He's got like 50 more health than the thing has at base. And no way to generate bonus health except for his, using his ultimate gives him a new health bar. The Gamma Shield does absorb a bit of damage, and it does allow you to put it on every one of your teammates that are nearby. But I mean, like, realistically, how many times are you getting, like, your entire team inside of a Gamma Charge or a Gamma Shield? It's probably not happening that often, you know what I mean? Because I go over here, and I stand next to these two bots. I need both these bots to live for a while, so that I can get both of them. I'm just gonna kill both of these. Get them both low health. Bang. Right, now I should have time. So if you use your Gamma Shield... God damn it, bro. There's no way for me to exit the giant Hulk form either. So anyway, his punch in big Hulk form is pretty decently strong. But it's not that strong. He does get a lot of bonus health, though. I'm gonna wait for these bots to spawn. I'm actually gonna hit Gamma Shield this time. Oh my god. Bro. Stop it. I did it again! Anyway, he goes up to 1,500 hit points when he's inside of his giant Hulk form, which is a lot, but you only have that for like the 12 seconds while you're in here. But what you do have is a 1 second cooldown on the hand clap. And so I'm gonna turn the ability cooldowns back on so that you can see. One time for the Gamma Shield. Bang. And I didn't even get the guy, for fuck's sake, bro. Anyway, with the cooldowns on, you can see that you can hand clap, double punch, hand clap, double punch, hand clap, double punch, and that deals a lot of damage, dude. The Super Hulk hand clap is ridiculously strong in the amount of damage that it actually deals. I want to say it's 145. Let me just check and make sure I'm not talking out my ass here. The right click is 125, and so like you're two hitting 250 HP targets with it. Let's just let's go back to Moon Knight. Go back to our old pal Moon Knight. I hate you, Moon Knight. You see, with no other additional damage on him, 1, 2, and the Moon Knight just falls over, bro. And then when he spawns back in, you follow up with the 2 hits. The only problem with it is that it knocks people around when you hit them, which, like, it can be good to displace them in certain situations, but a lot of times you don't want to knock them out of the air, or, like, into the air, I mean. So, like, when you're in the ultimate, you gotta, like, get them up against a wall so that you can keep meleeing them. And the damage on his primary fire goes from 40 to 70 inside of his ultimate. So it's still pretty good. I just think the Hulk is like pound for pound a worse tank than the Thing is, which is crazy because like how did we make that happen? You know, like how did we make it where we live in a world where like the Hulk is less of a tank than the Thing? I don't know, bro. It just feels like a stretch of the imagination for me. Just considering the power of the Hulk, you know, like, he's the strongest there is. Or at least he was. Until we found out that Groot is canonically stronger than Hulk, so. But Big Hulk form being able to give you those 1,500 hit points, and then you go back down to whatever you had before, I'm pretty sure. Let's just find out. I'm gonna get myself low in health, and then I'm gonna press the Hulk ultimate. I'll go down to like 200 health, and let's see if I come out of the Hulk ult in 200 health again. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee because it's been like an hour that I've been talking here, just yapping. All right, so that's 200 health. Let's go into Big Hulk form. Bang! You go all the way up to 1,500 health, and then I'm pretty sure you keep your health based on the percentage that you have when you exit Giant Hulk form. Yeah, you do. So, like, it's almost like a full heal as long as you are, you know, you're still healthy at the end of the ultimate. But, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like Hulk should be a tankier tank than, the Thing is. Restream says something went wrong. We're still live, right? We're still live on Twitch. Yeah, we're still live. Still live on YouTube? Yep, everything's good. It looks like Restream is the issue where I kept disconnecting yesterday. I think that the platform I use to multi-stream is the actual problem here. And not my, not my internet, which is what I thought it might have been. Not like the, not the connection to Restream itself, but like the actual website, I think, is the thing causing our problem now. In this patch, the Hawkeye ultimate got buffed a little bit. And now he can spam arrows even faster than he could before. So you see, when you pop his ultimate, it leaves the little blue silhouettes behind. And then in Hawkeye's ultimate, he always has 100 focus, which I'm going to wait for the ultimate to end so that you can see underneath his crosshair. You're going to see that little grayed out, like, I don't know, graphic with the 0 underneath, right? And that 0 is basically telling you, hey, this is your focus. This is how much damage you're going to deal to the enemy. When it goes up to 100%, that's when you can one-hit the targets. But the distance that you can charge up the focus got nerfed in this patch. So after a certain point, you can't charge the focus on somebody when you're looking at them anymore, right? So this is like 45, 50 meters away. As I get a little bit closer, you can see the focus goes up. When it's at 100, that's when you can one-hit them to the head. I missed the head the first time, but you get the idea. Bang, 100, one hit, right? Now, when you use his ultimate, the focus is always at 100%, so you're always dealing max damage with your arrows, and then you can just spam into them like this, right? And you can just, literally just, over and over again, just spam the hell out of these arrows into these after images, and actually get a ton of value out of it. It hits them in the after image as though they're actually still there, which is pretty crazy. But that only works if they're moving, which I guess if they're not moving, you just shoot them in the head, right? No connection issues. That's what I thought. It didn't look like, with either of the two screens that I have Twitch and YouTube up on, that we were having problems. I just can't see the multi-chat. I can't see the chat from YouTube and Twitch together right now. It's still saying something went wrong on the back end. So if you guys are watching this and you're on YouTube, make sure if you're commenting that you let me know. Let's see, I can pull up the live chat here, I think. I think that'll work. Anyway, maybe I'll be able to see it there. If you're talking to me on YouTube right now, I can't see you, and I'm very sorry. It's not my fault. The connected chats are not working. So you got to get to that 100 focus before he can headshot. But being able to do that more in his ultimate is really nice. I'm just gonna let that arrow go. We're gonna wait for the bots to kind of get in range, and again, you just spam it. Just spamming the hell out of it. You can even get him in the sky, right? Like, I killed that bot that was over there by hitting his after image over here. Hawkeye was not that good prior to this patch. He's still kind of just okay, but his value ceiling is really high. So if you're like a cracked Hawkeye, you do more work now than you've ever done in your entire life. Johnny Storm is still fucking awful, dude. He got a buff with his primary fire where it deals slightly more damage to the head, and it has like it has more projectiles, so it deals more damage. The only problem is, like, just in general, the character's burst damage is so low that there's almost never a time when you need to be up in their face. But you can like create little fields, bang, and then like it makes a little line between them, and in doing so, it will allow you to create like parts of the ground where if the enemies walk through it, they'll take a burst of heavy damage, and then they'll take damage over time for standing in it. So like with ability cooldowns off, you can see as I make a stupid ass shape here, and then I link them all together. You can see how it links everything, and then anybody who's walks through it, they'll take damage. They stand within the field, they take damage. But it's so little damage that the enemy healers are just charging up their heals to a massive extent. And so because of that, it's almost like not worth it to even utilize that. He still has this, you know, the combo where he can dive down onto people and deal some strong burst damage if they're standing in the fire patch. But how many people are just standing still in a fire patch, bro? Like nobody? Like fucking nobody? That's how many. If you put down 2 and they take a couple of ticks from the fire damage, you can then dive down onto them and it'll one-hit them. Right? And like that can feel pretty good. But again, they have to be standing on the fire patches, and if they're not, then it just doesn't work, you know? And like from back here, which is where you would want to comfortably fight with a flying character, look at how many shots it takes to actually kill them. I'm just gonna try and hit them in the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shots to actually kill them from that range. As you get closer, though, and like, why would you want to be this close with a character who's very squishy? But as you get closer, you're 2 hitting them to the head, which is great, but these guys have massive head hitboxes, so that's not necessarily indicative of what it would look like in an actual game. I'm gonna go over here to Moon Knight, who still has a pretty decent-sized hitbox, but his head is a little bit smaller, and because of that, he'll take less direct headshot damage. You see, he still gets the 2 hit. Bang. This is like basically all bodies from here. Still like 5 shots to be able to kill him. And then his ultimate is just poop, dude. Like, look at his ult. Bang, you throw down the supernova. The fire tornadoes come out. It takes so long to kill somebody. No one is gonna stand there and get damaged by all these fire tornadoes at the same time, dude. They're just not going to. Like, why would you ever do that? You know? Like, watch. I'll put it right next to him. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3. And then I'm just gonna let them do their thing. It kills really fast if they're inside the fire tornadoes. No one's gonna stand in that, though. Like, they're huge, they're obvious, they're easy to see. You can't link them like you can with the, like, little spots while you're out of your ultimate. The little flame patches, right? So if you put the flame patches down, and then I press R or E, you can link all of them together, right? And that'll deal some decent damage there. But when you're in your ultimate, the flame tornadoes, they don't link. Which, like, why not, though? Why not? You know? That would be so easy. He deals a little bit of damage when he does press his ultimate, which is cool and all. But again, how many people are just standing here letting you kill them with 2, 3 fire tornadoes at the same time, you know? And that, you know, Human Torch, I think, is not going to be good until they make him really strong. They need to buff his kit in some kind of way that makes it, like, oppressively good. And then in that way, I think people's perception on the character might change. Right now, I don't know a single person who thinks that Human Torch is going to be meta at all. Like, look at that. Didn't even kill him. And that missed. Somehow this misses, bro. Like, I'm literally on him. I'm right next to him. The reticle is on top of him. And it's still missing. With his shotgun-like blast. How is this possible? Doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's actually ridiculous. Yo, Restream, can I see my chat yet? No? Okay, so I'm just gonna leave. Just gonna close that out. Let's try. If I pull the web page back up, can I see my chat? You good? Some streams failed to load. Retry. Retry. Retry? Guess I'll go fuck myself. Alright, dude. Well, that's that. So, going back to our character select here, nobody really got too much of a change. Doctor Strange went down to 600 HP from 650. Nobody cares about that. Doctor Strange still incredible. Magneto got a bit of a buff to his right click, so now you can, or his primary fire even, so now you can left click, right click, left click, and it'll kill a 250 HP target. Again, I'm going to show you that from here. Left click, right click. I gotta get closer. I gotta get closer. So, Magneto's damage has a, an explosion time. So, when you... An explosion distance, I guess. When it travels a certain distance, it explodes. You can damage them with both the primary fire and the explosion portion of it, which you need to do to be able to get the one hit. So, but again, from like a relatively mid-range, like mid to close range, you go left click, right click, left click, and the 250 HP targets just fall over, which is really nice. But you can't do that all the time. But Magneto was already one of the best characters in the entire game. The best, second best, arguably maybe top tank in the game right now. So, and then he got his ultimate, right? Still strong. You still get to absorb all of the damage. And then you throw the meatball, it deals a lot of damage. Deals more damage the more you absorb from the primary fire here. So, as I press it, you're gonna see, kind of like Hawkeye, underneath the reticle, that he has a little numerical value, like a graphic with a numerical value. And as that goes up, the more it goes up, the more damage you deal, which allows you to one-hit multiple characters. And the more damage that it absorbs, the more damage it deals, up to a lot. Like a lot of damage when it's fully charged. If you throw it at like 99%, you can really, really deal some damage there. Let's see. It has... it goes up to 300 damage when it's fully charged. And then it reduces by 50% at 6 meters from the center of the explosion. So, like, it starts off at 100 damage, so not really that good. But 300 damage is enough to one-hit any of the squishy characters, basically.
Double KO.
And again, that was with no damage buff there. No additional, like, power put into his ult. I just want to make sure that both these bots are full health. I'm just going to kill them and let them respawn.
Was that truly your best?
And then I'm going to hit the Fear Magneto again. We're going to chuck it directly between them. And that's pretty decent. It's pretty alright.
It seems we have come.
See, now I'm questioning it. Does the charge time... Like, does the damage ramp up based on how long you remain in the air? If it one-hits this Moon Knight, then we know that it actually increases in damage based on how long you hold it, not necessarily how much damage you deal. Again, this is a full health Moon Knight for science. All the way up in the sky. 100% charge. Yes, it actually does. Nice, dude. Nice. All right, so let's make this a Black Panther, because we established earlier that Black Panther has 300 hit points. Let's try and hit this BP with the full Magneto charged ult. Boom. That, yeah, dude. So that's really good, actually. I always thought, mistakenly, that the damage of the ultimate increased based on how much damage you absorbed. But I think that damage that you absorbed meter is actually just the amount of damage that it can take before it bursts. So that's actually really good. It can absorb up to 800 damage too. So like, you don't necessarily want to use this against a projectile ultimate like a Punisher or something like that. But if you use it against a like just regular neutral game, a lot of times you'll be able to hold out for the full charge here, or very close to the full charge before you throw it. And that's a pretty good amount of damage. I'm pretty impressed. Magneto's still basically like the best tank in the entire game, tied with Doctor Strange for that, and like just slightly above the Thing and Groot for like second place. And then like right underneath the Thing and Groot, I think is Captain America, Venom, Thor, and the Hulk. They're all like, the tanks are all so good right now, so strong, except for Penis Parker, who remains just like basically the weakest tank in the game. So, like, you come over here, her burst damage is pretty good. I'm just gonna kill this bot, and then we're gonna throw 4 mines on the bot spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spawn on that, bitch. And you can instant delete people as they're spawning in, which is really nice. But aside from that, like, when are you using this, you know? Like, let's just go ahead, we'll kill this Black Panther, we'll do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spawn on that. Insta-delete the Black Panther, a 300 HP target. The mines deal 100 damage each, so we could even do it with just 3 mines. But, like, her primary fire damage is so bad, and her health is not that high. Bang, that's 3 of them, right? So, her damage is not that high, but, you know, she has the spider bots as well. You can see them shooting out of her nest here. They deal a little bit of damage, but the more of them that you have... I'm gonna despawn the spider trap right now. I'm gonna respawn Black Panther so that he's full health. And then I am gonna put the spider trap... Where do I want to put it? Down here. So that it can generate all of the spider bots, right? We're just gonna let it generate a whole fucking shitload of them. So that I can give you the example that I was trying to give you. You see them here inside of the web. These are the spider bots. They will chase after you when you enter her web, and they will deal a small amount of damage to you. It can summon quite a lot of them. You see, now it's reached its cap, so now as it summons more, they are destroying themselves. But what you can do is you can use your right-click to layer more webs on the floor, and then it will actually travel to the target, which is really nice. They don't even have to be fully connected here.
No hard feelings.
You see? Look at them traveling over there. Let's go ahead and kill BP. Let's let some more of these spawn.
That's how we do it in Tokyo.
Look at him go, bro.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly.
And that can be kind of fun, you know? But, like, just in general, as a tank, she's pretty bad, dude. She's pretty bad. She's not very strong at all. I would rather have basically any other tank than her. Everybody does pretty good work. Penny Parker holds a position. And she holds a position well, but is that enough for me to want to play her? No. Never. Probably never going to be. You know, it is what it is, right? Let's see, who else got changes in this patch? We saw the changes to Iron Fist as well have made him worse at
Is a whole new chapter.
killing squishy targets, but better at killing tanks. You see his primary... I'm just gonna kill Black Panther real quick. His primary fire damage has gone down slightly, which makes it harder to actually kill squishy targets. He also knocks things backwards, which is not what you want. But if you look, as I get close to things, you're gonna see this little, like, this little ear icon up here. You know, it's like a circle. That tells you that your primary fire will be homing onto people. So from, like, right there, about 5 meters or so, you can press primary fire, and it will slide you all the way over to them. So even when you do knock them out of the way, you just keep holding primary fire, and they can't escape you unless they have, like, some kind of movement ability to be able to get out of the way. Right, so he takes longer to kill things with his primary fire. And similarly, when he blocks, bang, that's his block. And then he does, like, the big block, or the big fast punch damage. Again, slower to actually kill a squishier target than it was prior to this patch. It does look and sound really cool, though, so there's that, right? But then he deals percentage-based damage now. So you're able to deal some pretty good damage against the tanks in the game. I'm trying to see if Restream is back up yet, so that I can see my YouTube chat. Okay, if you guys are on YouTube and I have not responded to you, you've typed something in the chat, please say something again, because now I'm able to see both my Twitch and my YouTube chat simultaneously, and I wasn't able to do that for the last, like, half an hour, as Restream took shit and couldn't figure out its own problems. So, like, let's use Captain America as an example. While he's harder, it takes more damage to kill squishy characters. Star says, I don't see any other messages. Okay, good. His percentage HP type damage, like Wolverine, means that he's now better at killing tanks. So again, I see the little icon pop up. I guard a little bit, and then I go in. And as I'm going ham on this tank, because Captain America has a lot more health than other characters, it's dealing more damage against him than it would be against, like, a Mantis or, like, a Luna Snow or even the Black Panther or the Moon Knight that we were using earlier. And, like, I want to say his kick, did his kick get reduced in cooldown time as well? Let's find out. No. Something else got changed with Iron Fist, and I don't remember what. Let's pull it up. Let's look at the changes. Rivals, patch notes. Let's just go over here for a little bit. Look at these here, changes, that's not it. Patch notes. That's the same article, that's not great, huh? Balance patch. This is for Iron Man. Not the one that I wanted. Where's the season 1.5 balance patch? This? Yes, this. Right? Jesus Christ, bro. I literally can't find it. What the fuck? I know it's here. I swear to God, it's here. Patch notes. Second half. Patch notes. Balance changes. Is it this one? No. Anyway, I'm not gonna look for it anymore. I don't care. I don't care that much, dude. Fuck Iron Fist, bro. The character's a little bit better than he was before. Is basically what it comes down to. His wall run is also really weird, where he has to ascend while running on the wall. Otherwise, like, if he runs out of space, he can't wall run anymore. But it's on a really short cooldown, and his footsteps are really quiet while you're doing it. You hear him? Barely, right? Just barely, ever so slightly. But you can use it to get around on the outsides of maps and position yourself in a way that you're jumping down on the enemy team without them knowing that you're about to come their way. Again, I'm just running along this wall for what feels like forever. Jump up into the sky, and then I dive in, right, and I start doing the big damage on everybody. And that's when they turn and look at you. That's when you hit the block, and then you go in with the hard punches. And you just punch them to death. And that still feels really cool, but if you notice, like, my shift just came off cooldown, which is, like, the only way that you have to get out as Iron Fist. So you basically, you have to drop directly down onto someone.
More eager idiots.
I'm gonna try and get back up to this spot. Okay, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna do it from over here. You have to basically drop down onto someone directly. And then they look at you, you hold block, and then you go in. And then when shit starts getting scary, that's when you use your kick to get out, right? And now you're out of there, now you're safe again. But just in general, the kick has too long of a cooldown still, and because of that, he's not able to effectively engage and disengage as well as certain other characters with high mobility, so.
Defeat was your destiny.
But his cheaper Town Hall ultimate shreds tanks now. So I'm gonna go over to that. And you see he slow falls as well while he is in the air using his primary fire. You see it just kind of holds him and he falls very slowly. Are you full health? You are. Okay, so when you go in with the cheaper Town Hall does fucking work now, bro. Like, it dumpsters tanks, which is nice because now it feels like he's got a place in the meta. You know, his fast punching, vaguely reminiscent of a Dragon Ball Z scene. Hey, dude over on Twitch, thanks for letting me ban you. I really appreciate you stopping by. Please don't ever come back and go fuck yourself. Why isn't it working? Hang on a second. Twitch chat, don't be a bitch. It says message copied. I don't want to copy his message, bro. I don't want to copy his message. I want to ban his ass. I can't even see him. Did somebody, like, did the account already get destroyed? Like, what happened, dude? Whatever, I don't even care. He's a bot anyway. He doesn't listen. He's got no ears. Standing on the man cannon is really disorienting. The block can absorb some decent amounts of damage. Actually, I don't know if it has a damage, cap. Does it have a damage cap? Let's find out. Right click. Where are you? Right click. There you are. Max. So it gives you a 30% damage reduction when you press it. And then, so there's no damage cap, but it gives you health based on how much damage you blocked during that time, up to 200 hit points, which allows him to stay in the fight a little bit longer. And then it goes on a 15-second cooldown, which is, again, like, similarly to his kick, just a little bit too long to be able to utilize very effectively. And then, it's got like a 2-second duration, a 1-second duration, 1.5. Is it? Yeah, 1.5 seconds, where you get a nice little 30% damage buff, or a damage decrease, and that feels pretty good. Overall, I'd say that Iron Fist is definitely better than he was, but not to, like, such a degree that, like, it feels really noticeable. Like, maybe against a tank it would be more noticeable, but for me, I don't know, he still feels kind of trash. Until you're in the blocking punch animation, the Yat Ji Chung Quinn, or whatever it's called. This. Until you're doing this, I feel like you just don't deal enough damage fast enough to really do anything. You know, you're just kind of a guy who stands there doing this really fast. And then nothing dies. It's like, look at how slow it is, bro. It's just real slow. Again, when you compare that to Hela, let's just compare it to Hela again. Whoops. Oh my god. It's crazy how quick that happens, comparatively. Not even close. This is why Hela is S tier, and Iron Fist is like B tier. You know, he does his best, but it's not that good. It's not that much damage. In the Season 1.5 patch. Let's see, who else can we talk about real quick? I think that's basically it for the DPS. I covered most of the tank stuff that happened. In terms of supports, all of the supports except for Mantis, Rocket, and Jeff got their ultimates nerfed. Oh, and Adam. Adam didn't get his ultimate charge time nerfed either. So, like, 4 of the, what is this, 8 support ults got nerfed. Half of the support lineup got their ultimates nerfed very quickly. And the Loki and Cloak and Dagger are still the fastest charging ultimates in the game. But then after that, you've got like Sue and Mantis are on the same level. And then past that, at the slowest charging ultimate is going to be Luna Snow. The ultimates are still just as good as they were. Their potency didn't get reduced at all. Like, the duration of Luna Snow's ultimate, which is, like, the thing you would think they would nerf, didn't get reduced at all. Cloak and Dagger got a lot of changes to their ult in this patch. Bro, can I just... Why can't I select a hero? I'm going ham on this button because it's funny that I can't even pick them. Like, am I in a place where I just can't... Oh, my game is, like, frozen. Oh, never mind. I'm gone, baby. I got kicked all the way out. Whatever. I was in the practice range for, like, a solid hour or more. How long have we been live? An hour and 39 minutes? So I was in the practice range for, like, an hour and a half. So, kind of not surprised that it didn't let me do anything. Has to close it after a certain point, right? So anyway, so the ultimate for Cloak and Dagger got changed pretty heavily. The healing can no longer stack, but they buffed how much it heals. So before, you would stack dashes on top of each other. Like, for example, you would go forward, then back, then forward, then back. And then as you're standing on this, you would catch 4 times the normal amount of healing by standing inside of the dashes. That is no longer possible. The healing does not stack. But they increased how much it heals to what is essentially 2 of them stacked anyway. So it's like the healing went up so much that it feels like you can spread it out and not have to worry that you don't get like 700 healing per second anymore instead of what you used to get. Right, so you've got that. You can spread it all around now. You can still use it to take space. Still gives you a great amount of sustain. I think it lasts a little bit shorter than it did before, and if it doesn't, it feels like it does because the pause is shorter in between each dash. So when you do the dash, and before in the Season 1 patch, you would pause for like a full second, and now it's like half a second, I believe. So the dash, now you dash again, and then a 4th time. It used to be a longer duration in between those, and because of that, the little field would last longer on the ground. Now that it is faster, the fields last a little bit shorter, which if there's 4 dashes and it's half a second, we're looking at like a 2-second reduction total in the ultimate time. But now you need your 4th dash to really be in the place that you want to fight, because that's going to be the one that sticks around the longest. You see, I'm going to do it from up here. You can see this is the 4th dash right here, but you can watch as it dissipates all the way up to this spot, and then now the 4th dash is going to go away. So you gotta kind of rethink how you use it, but it's still very strong and still very good for securing team fight wins and creating space for your team. You can create space with this almost as effectively as a tank can create space, because you just kind of go up to where the fight is happening, and then you give yourself a nice little spot to stand. You swap over to cloak form, start putting in the damage. You know, you throw out the darkness wall, and then you hit everybody with it. It feels good. Feels really good when that happens. As we go forward, I just want to see something. So your hitbox, I think, changes depending on what form you're in when you press the ult. So as I press the ult here, you've got cloak on the right and dagger on the left. Right? Cloak on the right, dagger on the left. You see them spin around. Their hitbox kind of does a little funky swirly thing, makes it hard to hit them in the head. I don't know if they can get headshot. They definitely can't be crowd controlled during those moments. You can see because your health bar gets covered in that yellow rectangle, and when that happens, you can't be crowd controlled. So that's still good, right? But then when you use it in cloak form, you're gonna hear the voice line changes, and when you come out of it, your hitbox is gonna be cloak instead of daggers. So now I'm in cloak form. You hear the voice change, and now you're cloak as you come out of it. I always try to use my ultimate in cloak form so that when I finish, I can immediately go into damaging somebody and not have to wait for the like 1 second in between the actual change of the forms. So if you look at it when I'm dagger and I use the ultimate at the end, and I want to damage people, I have to then go into cloak form, and now I'm damaging them, but that cuts like a second out of me being able to stay lethal while the ultimate is around me. So, again, I try to always be in cloak form when I use the ultimate. That way I don't have to worry about that as I come out. I think the ultimate is still basically as good as it was before, because, yes, it got nerfed insofar as that the amount of healing that it can put out is toned down some, but the amount of times that you die in it is far less than it used to be, because it's just too fast most of the time for people to one-hit you as you pause. Because, again, you have to be one-hit during this time, right? So, if they can't one-hit you there, then they have to try and kill you through the 250 HP per second that you are healing, and that's just not really possible. That's probably not going to happen. I still think Cloak and Dagger is one of the best supports in the entire game, especially more powerful than the supports that don't have like a traditional ultimate. Way more powerful than Adam and Jeff. More powerful than Rocket Raccoon. And I think she's still better than Mantis's ult. And I would say arguably on par with the Sue Storm ultimate in terms of how much value you can get out of it. You just need to know how to use it to be able to be effective with it, compared to a Sue Storm ult, which is like, I put this down and people either like stand in it or they don't. You know, an 8-second duration for Sue, that's pretty good. But you get 4 seconds, or you get 4 dashes with Cloak and Dagger, and they stick around for a while after you have finished the dash. And so because of that, like, I think they're like 1 for 1, basically just as good as each other. You know, just standing in it, free healing, lots of healing from Sue Storm's ultimate. I want to say it's 150 HP per second compared to the 250 of Cloak and Dagger. Jesus Christ, I wish that dog would shut the fuck up. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's driving me crazy. It's like rapid fire just barking back and forth. Annoying as shit. Okay, they shut up. Yeah, so 250 for Cloak and Dagger, and then for Sue, the ultimate is... Where are you? 165 per second. So a lot more healing from Cloak and Dagger's ult compared to Sue Storm's ult. And again, especially if you layer the patches or the dashes, you can make a really good amount of space for yourself and your team to be able to fight. But Sue Storm also slows enemies when they enter the field. You can hear, that's the sound of the healing turning on and turning off as you enter and leave the field. Enemies that enter it get slowed by 55%. I'll put it here so that you can watch how slow this bot is. They get slowed for 1 second as they enter it, right? Or exit. So that's pretty good. You also can't see them on the inside when you are the enemy team. So like, if the enemy Sue Storm ults, you can't see anybody that's on the inside, so you have no idea what health percentage they're at unless you yourself actually enter the ultimate to be able to see them. And then when you enter it, you are slowed. So, you know, pretty good ult, but I think on par with Cloak and Dagger. And Cloak and Dagger's ult still charges faster than Sue's. So, but Sue has like, I would say their neutral games are both very good. I would say Sue's is just a little bit better because she can one-hit things. Yo, can I get a clip of me one-hitting something? I don't think there's anybody who's close enough to a ledge for me to actually one-hit them. But you can pull things. You can knock them out of the sky with the Psionic Vortex. You can pull or push depending on which button you press, and that's pretty good. And then with Sue, in general, you can be invisible pretty often to give yourself that sustained healing over time, the 20 health per second. But Cloak and Dagger has to wait for the 12-second cooldown of her right-click to be able to heal herself, and that makes a big difference as well. Very good characters overall. All the supports are still stupidly strong, and I don't think that NetEase is really trying to change that. I think if you nerf the supports, then the people who are playing the game to play with their friend or their partner or, you know, or their kid, you know, if you nerf the supports, then you remove the ability for kind of less mechanically skilled people to be able to get value, and I think that has a negative impact on the game overall. So I seriously doubt that they will ever do that. And yeah, dude, I think the meta is pretty strong right now. I like that the certain characters that are meta are as good as they are. I hate it for Iron Man, who I would love to be able to get more play out of, but you just can't play Iron Man in a meta where Hela exists. She just kills you so quickly. There's no chance for you to really kill her. As you see, the damage that you deal while up in the sky is not that much. I'm gonna kill this Luna Snow so that we can respawn her. The damage you deal while up in the sky, your kind of primary fire, is not that good. Takes a long time to charge there, or to travel there. And it just doesn't deal that much compared to Hela, who's just like, dink, dink, and then you're dead. I want to love this character so much. It's just so bad, dude. And Maximum Pulse feels pretty good, still. You know, the ultimate still deals as much damage as you would want it to. But you just don't get that much value out of it that often. No, like, nobody's going to stand still and let you Maximum Pulse them, you know? So, Iron Man, more like Tickle Man. Yo, Tickle Man is this guy, though. Tickle Man is this gentleman. Man, does he tickle, bro. Let me kill this guy so that you can see how much damage he deals. I just want to make sure that this bot is full health. So, when you use Black Panther, you're looking for the moment when you can throw a spear down and then dive through people. But, like, that double combo was enough to take him down to half his health. And that kind of sucks, you know? And then for the dash, you need them to have the Vibranium Mark, which is this little graphic above their health bar that shows you that you can reset your dash cooldown when you hit them with the dash while the Vibranium Mark is active. So again, I'm just gonna kill this one, and then we're gonna throw the spear, dash on through, and you see my shift gets immediately reset. It consumes the mark. You throw another spear, you dash on through, and then bam, now you finally killed them. You can see that this guy still has the Vibranium Mark. It lasts for a few seconds. You can also throw it next to them, and it will still hit them, right? Bang, and then you can dash over here, then you throw another one, you dash through them, and, like, all of that feels pretty good. But, like, in-game, while they're getting healed, it is so little damage compared to how much you need to actually kill them. While they're getting healed, it's almost impossible to be able to kill them. I missed. And now my dash doesn't have a reset. And this would be the moment where it's time to get out. He is the real tickle monster. Him and Human Torch are the ticklingest guys in this entire game, dude. Takes forever. So it takes for goddamn ever. Again, I just want you to appreciate how much work this is. Ready? Throw the spear, dash through, throw the spear, dash through, and it dies, right? You ready? Like, come on, dude. Like, come on, bro. That's so good. It's so much better. I wasn't even looking. The exploding crow killed the guy next to the dude I was just hitting. Ridiculous. And again, since her damage is hit scan, it doesn't matter how far away they are. You don't have to lead your shot or any stupid ass bullshit like that. You just put it on them, you press left click, and they fall over. It's that easy. Yeah, so the meta's pretty strong. I didn't mean to press that. Meta's pretty good right now. I think that the DPS characters that are good are going to remain good for a while. There's some that are good into, like, dive. There are, like when you get dove, Hela is pretty good into that because she can stun people. So when, like, a Black Panther jumps on top of you or a Venom jumps on top of you, you can just hit that ability, stun them for half a second, and that will make it difficult for them to be able to get away. Other characters that are good against dive is like Star-Lord. He gets dove on, right? And then he just runs away. And, like, by the time he reloads his gun and he's up here, like, his jet boots are still recharging that whole time, right? And then he's got the instant reload, he's got the iframes. And so even though dive is becoming, like, a pretty popular meta right now, Star-Lord has a lot of ways to answer that by either disengaging or utilizing his iframes during key moments to be able to stop everybody from killing him before he kills them. And then, of course, there's the Star-Lord ultimate, right? Which we all know what this does. You go up in the sky a little bit, and then you get the aim bots, right? You don't have to aim. You don't got to do anything. It does it for you. Free damage. That shit is like the freest damage, the freest team wipe ultimate in the whole game. When you're pressing his E, and he's doing this thing, right? You can actually, I'm going to turn off the ability cooldowns again. You can actually utilize his jetpack, or his jet feet, so that you can reposition yourself during the E, where it looks like you're just kind of stuck on the ground, right? After you press it, you can actually activate your jet boost to be able to position yourself in the place you want to be. And then as you come out of the E, you can disengage, right? Right, and you're already running away at full speed. It doesn't look like you are, bless you, honey. But you are.
2 points, Star-Lord.
Star-Lord not having to reload is the most insane character in the entire game, bro. This is some damage output right here. Granted, those guys were already low health, but you get the idea. Even from max damage, even from max range even, with the full damage fall off. And this is how it feels when you're in the ultimate as well. It's interesting that when you turn off ability cooldowns in his neutral game, he doesn't have to reload, but when you pop his ultimate, it still drains his ammo. And he has to reload. Granted, he's got a really fast reload, so it's not like it takes a long time, but still. Interesting nonetheless. I like using his iframes as like an Elden Ring dodge. If you played Elden Ring and you got good at that maneuver, then you know how to properly time a dodge to be able to avoid the really dangerous things in the game.
And it's good.
The only thing I don't like about Star-Lord is his obnoxious as fuck voice lines. And they do get very old very quickly. I wish you could sit down. I would love to just sit down and have a chat from here, you know? Just like put myself here, do one of these, right? And then just have that in the background while I'm just seated on the edge. I think that'd be really cool. We need more regular emotes. More normal people emotes in this game. Yeah, it's not that, you know, doing a little spinny spin isn't nifty and all. But what about the simple stuff? Like a sit, like a laugh, like, you know, that kind of shit, you know? A point. That would be cool too.
Oh, thought you had me.
This is the character that I'm closest to Lord on as well, so maybe we'll do a Star-Lord show in a few days here. Let's go over here. I want to look at something real quick. Let's go over here. Hello? This? Yeah, there we go. Let's go over here. Let's just have a little look here. We got a video of a Loki getting killed by a Spider-Man. I will say that I think Spider-Man's primary fire, his uppercut even though it has, if you look at it, it says that it has a 5-meter AoE, right? I just think that is kind of too strong. Like, you don't even, the title of this post is, I wasn't even on his screen, bro. This is literally how it feels when you're fighting against a Spider-Man, right? So you see, he's right there. He gets him with the Spider Tracer. The Loki uses his teleport, and the pull in for Spider-Man tracks him to the other clone where he teleported to, pulls him in, and then he uppercuts him. And when we look at it from the Spider-Man's perspective, the Loki isn't even on his screen anymore, right? So he goes to pull himself in, right? This is the moment. He goes to pull himself in. But it pulls him over here to the actual Loki. Why didn't it pull him to the clone that he swapped with, you know? And then again, you see, this is Loki's feet over on the side. Spider-Man does an uppercut and gets the kill on the Loki. How the fuck does that make sense, bro? I am so tired of Spider-Man and his stupid ass hitbox. It's like one of the worst hitboxes in the game. I know it has a 5-meter radius. I don't care. I want it to make sense. Please. Please make it make sense. Disney owns... Okay, so this post says, Disney owns both the rights. Nothing is stopping this skin from becoming reality except cowardice. What is the skin? Oh, a Frozone skin. That would be cool. A little Frozone skin for Luna Snow. I think that'd be neat. You know, and then she could have an emote where she goes, honey, where's my super suit? That'd be cool. I'd be alright with that one. Alright, let's read it. This person says, we really need to talk about Rocket. They say, I have played healing/support characters in pretty much every competitive game you can think of. Yes, including that one. Healing is a passion. I'm an empath. But every single time I want to play Rocket, I have at least one person on my team go, actually, I think we could use another defensive ult. As if killing the enemy team isn't the greatest defensive ult. This is real firepower. And I can kind of agree with that. There are times when having a Rocket is totally fine, dude. Like, having a Rocket is okay. He's pretty good. Does a lot of healing and stays alive for a long time, so that's pretty alright. And if you have the right combo to, ultimate combo with Rocket Raccoon, I think that you can get a lot of value out of his damage amp. But there's a lot of characters that do not get value out of it. Also, its range is not that high. Let's go back over to the in-game screen real quick. Let's go back to the practice range, because it kicked me out of the practice range. And I just want to show you the range on Rocket's ult. I'm going to try and hit people from what I would consider to be a reasonable distance. Because, like, you're never going to play directly next to this big-ass device. You have to move around the battlefield, so... We're going to use these bots as a good example. So I've got the ultimate. When you press it, it gives you this little hologram to be able to press it. If I put it down right here,
This is real
it does not reach.
power.
It does not reach over here, right? You can see the circle on the ground. It's not that big, bro. I think maybe if the circle were a little bit bigger, that might be pretty good. But the fact that it lasts 8 seconds... But the circle's not that large. I'm gonna put it down here now so that we can see it from a bird's eye view. Let's go ahead up to this top part. Melee this out of the way. The circle's...
This is real fire.
That actually makes it feel like it's enormous, right? That makes it feel like it's huge. Where I was at before, it did not feel like it was huge. I take it back. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I underestimated how large the circle actually is. When I put it down... It doesn't feel like it goes out that far, you know? Like from right here. But I guess it kind of does.
Those guys are about to shoot at us.
Also, there needs to be a duration timer for Rocket Raccoon so that you can tell when your ultimate is about to run out. But basically, you put that shit over here. It goes out roughly... I tried to put it kind of right on the 5-meter mark. Did I get it? Pretty close, pretty close. It goes out roughly 22 meters, something like that, in radius. So, that's alright. It's not bad. Again, you combo this with the right ultimates, it can do a lot of work. You combo it with, like, a Mr. Fantastic ultimate, and, like, you can guess how much damage it's about to deal. Not that much. That's his ultimate, bro. Imagine your ultimate not being able to kill things in like 3 shots. Swing your noodle arms, though. You know, you start swinging your noodle arms around and things start falling over. Again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. It takes so much. You gotta combine Rocket's ultimate with the right ultimates to be able to make a lot of use out of it. Go back over to the thread here. Let's see what people have to say about this. Someone says, I don't condone toxic behavior, but every time someone shits on Rocket for not having an invulnerability ult, I just want to tell them to stop being such fucking pussies and use his 40% damage boost to wipe out the enemy team so we don't need a defensive ult. Bro, that is savage. This guy is very upset about it. Guys underneath say, they're just letting everyone know they're ass players by bitching about Rocket. Listen, he's good in certain scenarios and not in others. You gotta remember, Rocket is not the be-all, end-all of support. Just because you like playing him, it doesn't make him that good, you know? doesn't mean that he is, like, better or necessarily worse than any of the other supports just because you enjoy the character, you know? Someone says, it's not because he's bad, it's because they are. They can't play properly without having 2 defensive ults to counter the enemy tank/DPS ults, and they definitely don't utilize Rocket's ult, so people complain about Rocket. I will say that a lot of times Rocket's ultimate can, it can pop off. It can pop off pretty goddamn well. Especially when you have certain characters like Magic, or like Psylocke, or like high burst damage characters. Dumpster inside of a Rocket Raccoon ultimate. Like, let's just think about this, right? Let's go over to Hela. Let's look at Hela's primary fire damage, and then so it deals 70 damage on a hit, 140 damage on a crit, and then you take 40% of that. That's 14 times 4. Let's see, so 40. So 56 extra damage. So 196 damage per headshot when Hela is standing in the Rocket Raccoon ult. That's pretty fucking nasty, bro. That kills a tank in like 3 headshots, you know? And like with certain characters, like I said, really strong. But then you know, you got your other characters. I'm looking at you, Jonald, Mr. Jonald Storm, and your shit is booty cheeks, no matter how you slice it. And how does that not make a square? That's what I want to know. 1, 2, 3, 4. You press R and it makes a square. I have ability cooldowns on. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. You press R, it makes... Why though? Why doesn't it connect? They're not that far away. These two are obviously farther away than that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is going on, bro? This 4th one does not want to connect inside. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we're talking. But anyway. I'm still on the Chrome screen. I didn't even show you guys what I was just talking about. It's totally fine, though. It's totally fine. I don't like Rocket Raccoon's ultimate most of the time. Is basically what I'm saying. Most of the time, it's not going to do anything. It's not, unless you specifically are talking to your team and being like, okay, let's all target this one guy. If you focus fire during his ultimate, even with nobody else's ultimate, it's nasty. If you don't focus fire, it's trashy. And that's just the state of the world. That's the reality of it. Someone says, I've lost multiple games directly because of Rocket. High burst damage comps melt teams against a Rocket if they're not running triple support. And when the enemy team has Loki/Luna, it's not going to be a good time. There's a reason top level play doesn't use Rocket outside of a triple support, and even then, it's rare. Yeah, that about sums it up right there. I talked about the power of Luna earlier. I talked about the power of Loki with Luna earlier. You know, he gets more Luna Snow ults than actual Luna Snow does. Again, that combo is nasty, and there's not really much getting around that. Let's do one more. Let's read one more comment. Someone says, I don't mind Rocket. What I do mind is when I hear us against the world and time to put on a show, and the response is, this is real firepower. Yeah, okay, dude, I bitch about this all the time. Do not use Rocket Raccoon's ultimate against the enemy support ultimates. Even if you combo with most of the DPS ults in the game, Namor and Moon Knight aside, most of the DPS ults in the game, when comboed with Rocket Raccoon's ult, will not kill through the support ultimates. Even with the 40% extra damage, the healing is just too high. You never ever use the Rocket ult to counteract the ultimate of a support ultimate. Any of them. Like, even Mantis's. It just doesn't work. Even Captain America's, which is like a tank ult, but you get my point. It doesn't fucking work, bro. It does not work. You're not gonna kill these guys. Unless they're not standing in Captain America's, you know, back of the truck American flag thing that he's got coming out of his asshole. They say, there are very select instances where a damage boost is able to break through immortality ults, and it isn't always available. Please use the ult at the start of a team fight, or after the immortality ults end. For some reason, many Rockets use it during other ultimates, and that is true. Alright, so we've got, this post says, let's get silly. What lighthearted or funny MVP animations would you like to see? I do think it would be funny to see the dancing Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3. You know, he comes out of the little, like, cafe or whatever it was, and he's, like, doing his little, stupid-ass dance thing that Tobey Maguire did in Spider-Man 3. I think that would be a funny, MVP screen for sure. Let's see what else they got. Okay. Alright, that would be genuinely hilarious, but we don't have Nick Fury in the game. We do have Iron Man in the game. So, like, maybe if Nick Fury gets added, this could be a Nick Fury one. I think it would be funny to be an Iron Man one, you know, where he's, like, sitting inside of the giant donut, and he, like, takes a bite of the donut, and, like, the sun, you know, all behind him. That shit was pretty... That would be pretty golden. However, I think it would be better used as a Nick Fury ult, or a Nick Fury MVP, because then you could see Iron Man, like, doing his thing inside of the donut, and then you could show Nick Fury's face, and he's just not having any of it, and I think that would be pretty good. And Smart Hulk handing out the 2 tacos in Endgame. Okay, that one's also pretty funny. I like that one a lot. That one's good. Let's see. Does anybody have replies to this? Okay. A Venom MVP screen where he is slam dunking the basketball and using Spider-Man to vault himself up to the net would be hilarious. This meme is really funny on its own, but in-game would be so much funnier. The nerdy as fuck Captain America. This would also be pretty good, you know, where he's like having a little chit-chat with you with his chair turned around. He's sitting there, you know, just talking to you. That would be funny. Let's see, we got... When S.H.I.E.L.D. airdropped a container of puppies on Hulk to turn him back into Banner. I didn't know that happened, but that is very cute. Apparently, in the comics at some point, S.H.I.E.L.D. airdropped a crate of puppies onto the Incredible Hulk, and he liked them so much that he turned back into Bruce Banner. That is pretty funny. I think that would be very cute. That'd be a cute ultimate. Oh, yeah, dude. Thor coming into his apartment and hanging Mjolnir up on the coat rack. That would be hilarious, dude. That would be awesome. Or, you know, him trying to catch Mjolnir and not being able to. That would be funny, too. Jeff getting flushed down a toilet. That would be pretty cool. Oh, in a washing machine. I get it, yeah. That'd be cute. That'd be cute. Let's see. They want a new highlight intro for Penny Parker. I don't know anything about Penny Parker outside of this game, so I don't see how that makes a difference. I love this Wolverine one, where he just walks up and fucking gut checks Cyclops. I think that one might be my favorite Wolverine one in the game, if they added this in. Like, he just walks up, gut checks Cyclops, Cyclops falls over, and then it gives you the MVP screen. You know, that would be hilarious. I love that. The random bullshit go meme for Moon Knight would also be pretty funny. I think that would be a solid addition. Especially if they added the words. I know they can't, but if they did, that would be super funny. This would be a good one for Iron Man, where he's in the suit at the beginning of Iron Man 1, showing off in, like Iraq or wherever it was, the nuclear weapons that he is designing to help them win the war. That would be pretty cool. Let's see, what else? Yeah, Loki in the show doing his little Loki clap dance. That would be pretty fun. I like that one. Lego Mr. Fantastic for the one time a year that you ever see a Mr. Fantastic get MVP. That would be awesome. Let's see. We got Bucky based on the Thunderbolts movie, where he is in like a pair of jeans and what appears to be a tank top, and he's like putting his arm on. I'm not sure. Is he pulling his arm out of the dishwasher? That is fucking awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, and this Star-Lord one, this is gonna be my last one. This Star-Lord one, where he's doing the dance-off from the movie, that would be amazing. That would be the best ever. I love it. Oh, I take it back. This is the last one for real, though. Squirrel Girl standing on top of the corpses of all of the Omega-level threats that she's defeated along the way. You know, standing on Thanos' corpse with her foot up on top of Galactus, or, you know, God, who else did she beat? Dr. Doom. I don't know who half the people in this picture are, but Squirrel Girl is stupidly OP, and because of that, I would love to see her standing on a pile of the most powerful villains in the entire Marvel universe, and they're just all dead, and she's just fucking Squirrel Girl, you know? And like maybe Tippy Toe is having some lunch on top of the helmet of Doctor Doom, or he, like, you know, takes a shit in Doctor Doom's faceplate. That would be pretty good. I would like that one a lot. Yeah, dude, the scene from the X-Men movie where Magneto tips his hat and he's like he's just old guy Magneto and he just tips his hat. That'd be an awesome one. That'd be an awesome one. All right, backing it out here. I've been hearing this is true. This is the ranked experience for many. Is this true? Just play whatever you want from bronze all the way up to platinum. And then in diamond, they are hard meta, doing everything they can to actually win. In Diamond and Grandmaster, these are the two ranks where everybody is playing exactly what they want and or exactly what the team needs, and nobody is throwing with their hero picks. And then you get past Grandmaster, and from Celestial to One Above All, it's like, just play whatever you want as long as it fits the comp and we do well. And like, I could see that. Yeah, I think that would work. Somebody says their entire team through. They've got a Groot, they've got a Johnny Storm, a Hela, a Moon Knight, a Black Widow, and a Namor. And they are facing off against a Groot, Loki, Rocket, and then 3 DPS. So, like, in general, yeah, your team that didn't pick healers, they threw. Your team that didn't pick a second tank, yeah, that's pretty throw. I'd say that's pretty throw. Alright, so that guy's just flexing with his clip from Bucky. Ah, dude, the Doctor Strange spray getting the Loki helmet is actually pretty cool, too. I am interested to see, speaking of the Sorcerer Supreme, I'm interested to see what happens when Robert Downey Jr. becomes Doctor Doom in the upcoming movie. I think that'd be pretty all right. Let's see, what else we got here? Spider-Man is Shaco from League of Legends. I don't know who that is. I will say that if Spider-Man ever gets this skin, I will 100% buy this skin. This, like, creepy Joker-looking skin is super fucking cool. Jester, I should say, not the Joker. Jester is super fucking cool and would look really good on Spider-Man. What is a high rank? A high rank is the end. The end. So from the, like, Celestial 2 up to One Above All, that's a high rank. Anything below that is not a high rank. You're in Grandmaster, you do not have a high rank. Sorry. Everybody that starts their Reddit posts with, I'm Grandmaster, like, don't do that, bro. It's embarrassing. Let's see. Someone says, NetEase, please revert/fix the Penny Parker mind changes. Leave Penny Parker alone, dude. Just leave her as she is. She doesn't need to be changed. That's my thoughts on the matter. And then, bro, this picture of Venom is, like, the funniest Venom picture I've ever seen in my entire life. His little actually glasses and one finger in the air. I love it, dude. I love it. Hilarious. All right, dude, I think that's gonna be it for me today. I had fun. I just wanted to yap for a while and talk to you guys and just say, just say what's up, talk about the meta, talk about who's good and who's bad in the current season 1.5 stuff. I just wanted to hang out for a while and chill out with you guys. Don't forget to check us out over on YouTube at our main channel, youtube.com/DudeNoWayGaming. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this into the chat, the actual link, so that you guys can go over there and check us out. Be sure to check out our video of the season 1.5 tier list that we did yesterday. We put it up yesterday, or excuse me, I've recorded it yesterday here on stream, and then I edited it down last night, made a thumbnail, got it all set. It posted 35 minutes ago over on our main channel, so check that out. We are working on another video that will be up later on this week for the main channel. I'd say probably tomorrow, if I had to guess, I'll be able to post that and be able to get that up there, and then that way you guys will be able to see, 2 videos in the same week, back to back. For the Marvel Rivals content on the Dude No Way Gaming channel. That's our home where we have all of our subscribers, 18,000 plus subs over on the Dude No Way Gaming channel. So if you're watching this on Twitch, check us out over there. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you sub to both channels. And we'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another show. I wanted to say thank you to Hannibal for coming and hanging out all day with me today. And thank you to Stargazer for doing the same thing. I appreciate you both. Star, I love you. Hanny, I love you. To all the lurkers, I love you. I am going back on my video editing grind here. I just wanted to hang out for a while and yap about some Marvel Rivals stuff, go over some Reddit posts and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. I am Moonchild of Dude No Way, and I will see you in the next stream. See you tomorrow morning.